Whether you love them or fear them, they play an important part in the natural ecosystem. So get ready to meet one of the most fascinating and perhaps misunderstood creatures in the animal kingdom. I'm talking about spiders. So please welcome Julia back from the Miller Park Zoo. Thanks again for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us and our special guest.
I was gonna say, so I know that is Gwen and that is a tarantula.
Yes.
I am holding actually what looks like a tarantula, but is actually a molt. So can you tell me about the molt that I'm holding?
So you'll see some differences between the two of us. Both of us have a similar sized tarantula. We both have females. Males are gonna be smaller than that.
Okay.
That's how you and I tell them apart. Veterinarians can flip them over, tell by their abdomen. It's crazy how they can see it. But we're going with our girls are bigger.
Okay.
Yours is actually Meredith. Meredith lives at the zoo. She is a fire leg tarantula.
Ooh.
So she molted recently and had a beautiful molt. That molt tells us that she's healthy and we're feeding her correctly. It shows us good nutrition. It shows us a good lifestyle for her.
Okay.
Gwen does do that, but I thought we would bring a little difference so that you could see a different type of tarantula.
Right.
Gwen is a Honduran curly-haired tarantula. So she is a New World tarantula living in Honduras. She's living in Costa Rica. And the difference between a New World and an Old World is really how they defend themselves. So those Old World tarantulas are what people get their fear from. Those fangs are gonna bite me. I'm gonna have a horrible venomous bite.
Right.
Gwen's not gonna do that.
Okay.
She is protecting herself by those special hairs she has on the back of her. They're called urticating hairs.
Urticating hairs?
Yes.
Okay, what does urticating hairs mean?
She flicks them off and they cause irritation to whatever predator is approaching her.
Okay.
So it's going to get in the eyes, it's going to get in their nose, and they're going to be generally irritated, have quite an allergic reaction to her so that she can get away.
Gotcha.
We can tell when that happens though, because she'll go bald wherever she kicks them off.
Okay.
So that's another way we check on her health, make sure she's not stressed, is that she has all that hair covering the back of her.
And if she doesn't and has flicked it off because of stress, what is something that in like an enclosed environment that might cause that to happen?
So we would think maybe someone was tapping on her glass, maybe the zoo was really busy, but if that were to happen, we were to pull her off exhibit and make sure she got some quiet time. She is actually used to being out in the public though. So Meredith is not on exhibit, but Gwen actually is. So you can come to the zoo and try and find her.
And Meredith is off exhibit because she needs extra rest time, right?
Yeah, she's still getting used to people looking at her. She's shy.
She's camera shy.
Yeah.
She didn't want to come, that's why we brought Gwen.
Yes, exactly.
But I like that she could be here kind of in spirit. Now, can you tell me a little bit about, is there any connection, do you know, because I know like crabs, right, that have 8 legs in the ocean, they molt in the same way. Are they related? How does that all work?
I'm so glad you asked.
Yes.
They are all arthropods. So arthropods are segmented invertebrates. So we have no backbones and we're made up of segments. If you look at her, and yours even, you can see little segments all throughout their body. That is what an arthropod is. Crabs are that way, lobsters are that way, ants are that way, any sort of insect, bug, or arachnid.
Okay.
So she is an arachnid. They branch off into our ticks, our spiders, and our scorpions. So our arachnids, we have 4 legs and we have 2 segmented body parts.
On each side, right? Or like
4 legs on each side, yes, yes.
Yeah, perfect. Because I was like, everyone's like going to be like, wait, 8 legs?
There are 8 legs.
There are 8 legs, yes.
But if you look at her, she almost looks like she has 10 legs. Up in the front here, oh, she's feeling me.
I was going to say, look at that. I love it.
She's feeling her way around. I love when she does that. So if you look at the front, it looks like she almost has 10 legs.
Right.
Those are her pedipalps.
Okay.
Yeah, and those hold her prey down while she injects them with her venom. It liquefies the inside of them. That's how all spiders eat. And then they suck up the inside like a little spider milkshake.
Now, spiders, let's talk a little bit. To me, they've always been so fascinating.
Yeah.
Because they spin the beautiful webs, and then they catch the prey. Like you said, they liquefy them. But what do they eat, and then how do they reproduce?
So they are eating all types of invertebrates. If it's smaller than her, she can eat it.
Okay.
So teeny tiny spiders eating teeny tiny invertebrates. it's usually insects.
Okay.
When you get to those bird-eating spiders, they get that name for a reason. If they're bigger than it, they can eat it.
Interesting. Okay, so they can actually get a bird.
They can.
How does that work? Do the birds get caught in their webs? Or?
So she, like this tarantula, she doesn't catch things in her web. She physically catches them.
Oh, she
her
hunts.
web.
Okay.
Yes. She's an ambush predator. So
Gotcha.
she's actually just using her web to protect her eggs, which is what you brought up.
Okay.
So if she mates during mating season, it's rainy season for her, she can lay up to 500 eggs in an egg sac, and then she'll take care of them. She'll incubate them for 7 or 8 weeks, and then all her spiderlings will hatch and be on their own.
That's amazing. I remember reading the book Charlotte's Web as a kid, and then learning a little bit about spiders there, and then just have always been fascinated. I know they're good for creative people, and obviously they get rid of the flies and things that you don't want. So if you're not going to see one of these in your house, but if you ever see a spider, you can always just find a cup and gently take them outside. That's what I do, because your house spiders aren't going to bother you.
No, they're not. They're actually protecting you from those mosquitoes and things that you don't want in your home.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you, Gwen, for being such a lovely participant and for this molt. And if you want to learn more about spiders or any of the events we talked about earlier, you can head on over to ciLiving.tv.